Okay. Hey guys, Guro Jee Choi of Floro Fighting Systems. So now it's the finale of this, and this is something that I did while I was trying to get my ass out of the fatigue from hell after chemo. So what I was doing was picking up blades when I can at a great price. What I mean great price is these were heavily used, literally covered in mud, dirt, God knows what else, and I ended up taking it apart and cleaning it, and not to mention stripping the screws because these were just really just welded on there. So beauty about these is, one, they were great project blades. So all I did was take it, clean it, then afterwards 5x5 Combat Solutions pickpocket, which is a must if you do pick up any of the Spyderco blades that does not have a weight feature. And also I made the custom lanyard with the mini dragon, and this allows you to deploy your blades in haste from your pocket, and it is amazing. Now, I'm not a big fan of serration, but my students who work in the front lines, they tell me that it is essential, especially if you're having to cut through ropes and stuff like that. So due to that, serrations do have its place. Sharpening them, nightmare if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, not that difficult. But this one, yeah, this is one of the pickup blades, and it turned out pretty fantastic, so I love it. So another one is also a hilarious one. So I picked this up at a really just amazing price. This is the blue scaled Spyderco with the same thing, 5x5 Combat Solutions pickpocket, and also my custom lanyard with the mini dragon. Now the beauty of this is this is designed for left hand, because when I was doing I found out while stripping this entire thing, the screw clips on the right side was completely stripped. You could not place a screw in there. So left side was good, but afterwards, while just tightening it up, it got stuck, literally. So I stripped the screw on that. So this is left side deployment, and it is amazing. The blade is a flat grind, which is actually what I personally prefer due to the fact that it just cuts much, much sharper and better, and there's a lot of precision in that. And not to mention sharpening is a whole lot easier. So this, again, it was covered in gunk and God knows what else, but well done. Will be perfect as a left-hand carry for those of you who carry a firearm. This is what I would recommend, and while training, I would actually tell my students later on, when I have my LE students over, we'll be working with this for left side carry. Or for those of my students who prefer right side call, this is another good deployment with it. Learning to use it in this manner. Now, I get a lot of questions from my friends, and I found out on my Facebook when I posted a picture of this, is, gee, what's the purpose of the lanyard, and why do you like this versus your standard, just regular 550 lanyards without any of these mini things, the beads? Okay, so the problem with having a lanyard without these is that they move around quite a bit. When I did the snake wrap, again, I got the whole idea, guys, from after acquiring Mr. Lee Spine's Blade Works' customized Endura. So after the lanyard on this, I start cloning these. Now these have snake wraps. The snake wraps allows the blade to be more stable. At the same time, by putting the lanyard on that, you got something to anchor it onto your hand, thus allowing you to deploy this in haste without any difficulties, allowing you to also go straight into your modified full grip thrust to back the thread away. So on that front, this is amazing. Plus, these are utilitarian blades, meaning you're not... So my golden rule of thumb, as I got older and more mature, is that my students and myself, we don't carry a blade for self-defense. We may have a rig in our worst case scenario rigs, like World War III, zombie warfare, and we might actually have ourselves a pack sword, fixed edge, and everything. But since we live in modern times, I would recommend that you only carry a blade like this for utilitarian. And this is what these are for. These are for utilitarian purposes. I could use this to chop boxes, open boxes, nails, and not to mention, if it's used in emergency, I could use this to cut seat belts to get someone out of the car safely. And that's what the purpose of a knife is for. It is not for fighting. It is, but I can use it for fighting if I need to. It's like what I teach when I teach folding knives is that I tell my students, you carry this, and worst case scenario, if you don't have any other solution, that's when you deploy your blade to back your opponent away, then get back into the full grip. The full grip allows you to have that extension at the same time. With the modified full grip, you could go do a nice good thrust. And because the edge isn't something that's super long, as soon as you touch them, they'll back the fuck away. And when you do after that, you can track the blade back and grip, get that full grip. So now you're ready if the fight and the situation escalates. And if you train the Floro fighting systems, everything's super easy from that point on. So that's what this is for. And these will do more than it's worth to actually get the job done. So really well blades. So I would highly recommend those of you who are interested in trying to make something like this. Simple. Just head down to your local pawn shops and start surfing around. You'll find something like this, or go online on eBay and Etsy don't have it, but eBay, and there's a lot of shops right now online that is actually secondhand blade stores. Arizona Custom Knives is another one of them. And start looking and finding one of these and get to work and just clean them up after. It'll teach you to really understand these by taking it all apart and putting it back together. So there you go, guys. And that concludes our Spyderco lineups. Thank you for watching, and I wish you guys all the very best. Please stay safe. And one of the things that I want to recommend is for those of you who are under 40. Now, I got diagnosed when at 43, and my doctors were really shocked because the life that I was leading and the health-wise, I should not be in this situation. So, but for those of you who haven't yet to have any colonoscopy done or to get it tested if you're in your 30s. That's what I would recommend, because this is now become the people who are getting diagnosed with this is now hitting at an earlier age than later. So it's better to actually get it done early. So if you do find any issues, you can start your treatment immediately. So thank you. Wish you guys all the very best, and God bless.